Hey guys, so I'm back in Bloomington, finally, for an uninterrupted and iPad filmed video. Um, I said I would talk a few weeks ago about how to talk to your band director, and this will go for orchestra conductors and all that jazz as well. Um, and I know it seems very scary to talk to your band director, especially if they're like one of these really intimidating military-esque band directors, which a lot of high school band directors seem to be. Mine was for sure. Um, and it can be really scary to talk to them, especially if you're having issues with your section or you're feeling like you're not progressing the way you should, or like if you're having issues, it seems like they're not the person that will listen. But the thing is, most band directors are there for you. I've been lately hearing so many stories about terrible band directors, and if you have one of them, I am so sorry. Um, but most people who teach music to kids are good at their jobs. Um, and so most of these scary band directors are looking out for you. Like, they want you to succeed. Um, so going to them with your issues is a really good thing. I have so many people send me messages about their sections and how they feel like their section doesn't respect them, or they feel like because they're younger and principal that they're having issues and that their section's talking behind their back. And like, there's always going to be some of that, especially with teenagers. That's just part of high school and part of college as well. But if you're having trouble leading your section, your band director is a really great resource. They know how to lead a band, and that's the same skill as leading a section on a grander scale, so they can help you do that. Obviously, when you're going to meet with them, you don't want to just show up in their office, like pull them aside after class and just say, hey, I'm having this issue. Is there a time I can meet with you in your office and just talk about this? I just want to get your opinion on it or whatever. And most of the time they'll be more than happy to meet with you. They'll make an appointment, and then you go sit in their office and explain to them. Be extremely respectful and don't bash your section, but just explain, like, I'm having this issue, I feel really uncomfortable because I'm younger, or because I feel like I'm not at the same level, or whatever the issue is, just tell them full on. Like, they're here to help you. And obviously, if you're having an issue with a specific person, you might have to single them out, but like, if it's just a general issue with your section or with you as a person, then you don't really want to single anyone out, because that'll make you look like the aggressor rather than the victim. And if you're feeling like you're struggling with the music, definitely go to them. Go to them, explain to them, like, ask them to help you, ask them what you think, what they think you should do. Like, they went to music school. They have studied an instrument intensely. And some of them might not have played in a while, but they still know how to practice and how to teach music. And they're a really, really great resource, especially if you don't have a private teacher, which a lot of you guys don't, and that's totally fine. Like, your band director is more than just a guy who leads your section, or a guy who conducts you, or a woman who conducts you, actually. Sorry to use gendered terms. And they're there to help you. They might seem intimidating sometimes, but they're looking out for your best interests. And 95% of the time, all they want to do is help you get better. That 5% that's a difficult conductor, that's harder. Then you have to play to their ego. You have to really make it seem like they're the most important person in the world, that they're the only person that could possibly help you, that, like, they're super important, because most of the time bad band directors just have an ego. And if they're unsupportive, there's really very little you can do, and that sucks. And if you have more than one music director at your school, then go to a different one, like one that not necessarily is your teacher. If you're in band, go to your choir director or your orchestra director if that's a different person. Like, find another musician in your school to talk to, just to be like, I'm having this issue. I know that you're not the person directly responsible for me, but you're a musician. You might have some tips. And if you have no one, then it's kind of hard. There's really nothing you can do except remember that it's only 4 years. And yeah. Basically, the gist of this is your band, like, there should be nothing different about talking to your band director as there would be talking to any of your teachers if you were struggling with a class. Like, going to them for help. Obviously, be respectful, and don't throw your classmates under the bus if you're having an issue with them, but it's really no different from anything else that you would do in school if you were struggling or having an issue. You would go to an adult and ask for help. Or go to someone who's more experienced, in this case your band director or your section leader, and ask for help. And so I understand that you might have issues with it, but it's really not that scary. Especially if you just talk to them one-on-one and just go, here's the deal, prepare what you're going to say, and see what they say. 95% of the time, they're going to be really helpful. Yeah. I'm not sure how helpful this video was, but yeah. Next week, I'm going to try to do a daily life video, which will be me going through summer school. Yay! And yeah. Happy graduation to those of you guys who are graduating or getting close to it, and I hope you guys have a great week.